This is Shelton's Empire Trader, and today is August 18th, 2026, 10 o'clock p.m., and this is for the twin flame journey or people on a twin flame journey. I want to start out by saying that my experience with twin flame was I started to see hearts everywhere. Then I saw dimes. Then I ended up meeting my twin flame. I felt as if there was somebody in the room that I knew. I got this overwhelming sense that I knew someone. I scanned the room, and there they were, and I locked eyes with them and instantly knew I knew him from somewhere. But I had gotten a feeling that they were a brother, or sister, or cousin, some sort of family member that I hadn't, you know, thought to know or whatever. Uh, then I started buckling into, or started going into like um, how much I couldn't keep my eyes off of this person. They opened up my and showed me that I had remote access to remote viewing. And then when we touched each other, he sent a shockwave into my touched, accidentally brushed each other's hand. It sent us like an awakening to my root chakra. And I felt as if I had thrown my soul up into, outer space. So it was as if I was having to retrieve it a lot sooner than I wanted to. um, so with this meeting of the twin flame, when I met him and all this is going on, locking eyes with him and just me just knowing and seeing and feeling. I don't know if they did or not, but I did. And I felt like I was so drawn to them. Made me want to be a better person. It made me want to do better. It made me want to not, at that time, quote unquote, get in trouble. I met him right after a very, 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 very traumatic time in my life. I mean, it was probably, to me, in my experience, one of the most traumatic things that's ever happened to me. So, and he was going through, I'm pretty sure, a pretty life altering event also at the time. So, with that, then I started to look up, all these things that I was seeing. I saw the triangle, the circle. I was like writing down all these symbols I was getting in my mind's eye. Oh, and back to the remote viewing. I had remote viewed him walking up across this area and closed my eyes, and I seen him doing that. And then when I turned around, like literally within 2 minutes there, they were walking in that area. So I got to physically see him, and it was as if it was real. Like it was really playing out. So then I started to search about, all these symbols, like the triangle I saw, the the circle, the infinity symbol, the 5150, or the number 11, coming together of the twins, and all this different things. And then I chased this person, thought that we were supposed to be together, and every time we came together, the energy was so intense. I would feel this overwhelming energy come over my body, over my head. Over my head, and I would think that he was coming in to view my life or whatever, to see what's going on with me. and things like that. Like I thought he was peeking into my life, but um, now I know that it's like a symptom, or if because you two can are supposed to be, um, you know, from what I thought, coming into union, whatever, and so from the things I had looked up. Well, over the years, we've only talked. I've every single time that I was going through something horrendous, he would come back in, or like something, actually not horrendous, like the dark night of the soul, getting rid of all the junk within me, and I was going through, you know, my awakening process. Uh, he was there anytime that it was like kind of crazy, and I would stay continued to we stayed in contact, and we just never got to ever meet again after that time. We still have not, and just certain things that keep you apart. So I get, for that physical union, but then I started to realize that, as my journey and my psychic abilities started to come in a lot better, a lot, more like with remote viewing and or being able to see the future, and mediumship, uh, passed over loved ones, and then tarot channel. I started to realize that, within the last few months, maybe a year, that actually maybe the last year too, but that twin flame is not. It doesn't. It's not a physical. Of course, it prepares you for because there is a you know some people, if they're evolved enough, they get to have a they get to have a there's people leaving, but so they get to have a relationship with that person, but this is just like the left side and the right side of the brain being coming into sync, and then then it's in sync with the what. Yeah, I'm good with the I'm talking to somebody, sorry. And so then with that, then they so now I just got distracted. But so with the left side and right side of the brain coming into hemisync, you hemisync it. That is, the divine feminine, divine masculine becoming, in sync. So that's the union part, or coming into the self, and then it's you got to go down into your heart, and so through your heart. And this just opens up your mind. This opens up your ability to see. It's the triangle. So through your heart. So if you if you have too many things going on inside your self uh, with like pain from the past or whatever, so then it can't work that way. So that's what I was gathering from it anyways. But